Well, I've South London all my life. I was born just over there, and I went to school just over there. But this area was like, because it was Docklands, it was like a no-go area. And when people used to say to me, "Oh, they lived in Rotherhithe," like I've got a really good friend who lives down the road. I went, "What do you want to live there for?" You know. Well, I can remember as a kid, it was literally a big industrial Docklands. You know, the big ships are coming in, and there are always foghorns on the Thames all the time. Because I was just down at Greenwich there, you could hear the foghorns on the river all the time. And so look at it now, it's all been planted out with trees. You know, we can walk into London, cycle into London, and you've got this fantastic fresh air and trees and water. Absolutely love it. When I first started playing, I joined the English National Opera. I sort of thought, well, you know, I can't spend the rest of my life here, so I decided to freelance. So I left and I freelanced, and I was going to the Philharmonia, and David Corkill said to me, you know, would you like to come and do a trial for the Philharmonia? I said, well, I'd love to, yeah. So I did, and I had a great time. I had a great few weeks. Went to Japan and played some fantastic repertoire, and anyway, they offered me the job, so I thought, well, yeah, the rest of the job's going to be like the trial, I'll take it. And that was about 20 odd years ago now, 22 years ago now. So I've been there ever since. Okay, I'm on my way to the Bedford Coin Exchange now, walking down from the station. Should be there in about 5 minutes. Yep. Plenty of time to get the instruments out, and then maybe have time for a cup of tea. Ooh, it's all dark. It's okay though, you're all right. I won't trip over anything. There must be some lights somewhere here. Oh no, the boxes must be over here. I think they must put the boxes somewhere else. Okay. Be outside. Don Juan Overture, bass drum, which is already in there, yeah. And side drum. Actually, hang on a minute. Oh, sorry, we don't need the side drum today. It's cymbals and triangle and glockenspiel, which is already up there. Usually speaking, you've got to fall in the gap there between keeping strict time, yeah, and bending with everybody else, going with the flow. Sometimes the least you've got to play, the more you've got to really be on the ball, because if you miss it, I mean, you really look silly. And people turn around and say, well, that's all he's got to do. But after a while, you know how pieces go, you know your cues, you know when to come in. So if it's during a rehearsal, you can sit there and, you know, surreptitiously read your book or do a crossword or something, and then, oh, it's my cue, get up, play, sit down and carry on where you were. But the first few times I would have played a piece with, say, a couple of cymbal crashes in, I would have just counted every bar, you know, until I knew exactly where I was going to come in. Or listen to the piece at home and make sure I knew it well. Being a percussion player, you're always at the back of the orchestra as well. So you have to anticipate quite a lot sometimes, because your sound will be slightly later. Percussion is usually the chooses of colour. Come in spasmodically in various bits of the piece, but not throughout usually. Unless it's contemporary music, quite often we'll be playing much more of a percussion feature. Get changed, train home. You've got to listen and keep with what you hear most of the time, and you should be okay. But there are other times when you have to push it. You can see the conductor wants to push it on, you have to go with him. So you've got to imagine yourself down there with him and sort of try and work out what's going on down the front of the orchestra and stick with them. But I mean, it's a great orchestra. Everyone listens. That's the thing about a great orchestra. Everyone listens to everyone else. So it all gels. It all gels.